selamat petang dan salam Malaysia Madani, salam Sabah Maju Jaya dan salam sepakat Sabah hebat dan juga salam Dare to Change dari PPD Kota Kinabalu diucapkan kepada semua rakan guru dan para pendidik yang sudi bersama-sama memeriahkan perkongsian kami pada hari ini. Saya Melany Jinih dari SMK Likas akan menjadi moderator pada hari ini. Sementara kita menunggu sesi yang akan bermula tepat pada jam 3 petang nanti, apa kata kita isi ruang menunggu ini dengan mendengar satu perkongsian mengenai pendidikan yang dibawakan khas daripada Finland. Sebelum itu, sesi perkongsian edisi khas CDL Snippet pada hari ini akan dikendalikan oleh seorang individu yang telah banyak memberi impak dalam dunia pendidikan di Malaysia. Walaupun beliau adalah mantan pengarah IAB yang telah bersara pada Oktober 2019 dan juga mantan fellow penyelidik kanan di School of Education University of Nottingham, namun beliau masih bergiat aktif sebagai salah seorang daripada ahli dalam Majlis Penasihat Pendidikan Kebangsaan MPPK dan juga salah seorang koordinator CDL Connecting Dots Learning. Dengan itu, tanpa membuang masa, dipersilakan Dato Dr. Mehander Singh untuk mengendalikan edisi khas CDL Snippet Reflects On pada hari ini. Dipersilakan, Dato.
Okay, terima kasih. Bukan saja untuk hari ini saya saja yang akan bentang, tapi saya akan mulakan. Kemudiannya rakan-rakan saya yang berada dengan saya di sini di Finland akan juga bentang. And saya hanya akan gunakan slide ini saja ya. Jadi apa yang saya nak mulakan sebelum saya serah kepada rakan, saya hanya nak mulakan dengan kata-kata hikmah ni. It's easier to build strong children than to fix broken adults. Kalau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan tahu bahawa dalam sistem pendidikan di Finland ia merupakan bahawa the support system bagi pendidikan adalah sangat penting. Bukan saja aspek ilmiah, bukan saja aspek kognitif, tetapi aspek sosio-emosi kanak-kanak diberi perhatian yang besar. Kata-kata hikmah ini diutarakan oleh Frederick Douglass pada tahun 1855. Tetapi kebenarannya sampai sekarang, it still makes a lot of sense. Bahawa it's easier to build strong children than to fix broken adults. Maksudnya apa yang berlaku di sekolah adalah amat penting. Adalah amat penting dan kita kena lihat ekosistem well-being of children. Dan ekosistem itu adalah sangat penting. Sebelum kita nak memperhebatkan PDP, kita jangan lupa ekosistem well-being of children. So, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, saya mulakan dan saya nak serahkan kepada seorang pakar pendidikan daripada negara Finland, Dr. Kari, dan Dr. Kari will share just 1 or 2 points. He's going to retire in about few months, 3 months. Yesterday was his farewell from the university. He has been with the university for nearly 40 years. So ilmu dan pengalaman yang ada pada the experience that Dr. Kari has is a lot. 2 minutes of time is definitely very unfair to him, but we are just getting that 1 point that he's going to share with us, and then he will hand over to Dr. Raimo, who will also share 1 important point with us, and Dr. Raimo will pass over to Dr. Riku, who is a school principal here, and he is going to share 1 important point with us, and semua yang lain. Hari ini kita panjang sedikit, but trust me, it is valuable information, and thank you all of you. So I'm stopping here. I'm going to pass over my handphone to Dr. Kari. Like I said, he's the person, and we are so lucky to have and listen to him.
Thank you, Dr. Mehander. Hi, everybody. My great pleasure to meet you. I have had the honor to visit Malaysia twice. I'm just waiting the next slide. Okay. Can you hear me? Another trial. I told you that I'm Dr. Kari Kumpulainen, director of Oulu University Teacher Training School, but actually I'm from Melavati High student, if you can see. Yeah, well, Dr. Mehander asked me to tell just one thing about education. I've been training teachers almost 40 years, just like Dr. Mehander mentioned. And if I have to pick just only one thing from Finnish education, I choose a word: trust. We get a lot of visitors from other countries to Finland, and they are asking that what is the secret of Finnish education system, because we have produced and managed to do good job on the area of education. If only one word needs to be picked, it's trust. We trust each other. We have a good high quality training for teachers, and every single teacher in Finland must have a minimum of master's thesis, so studying in a university. And our school, Oulu University Teacher Training School, we are training about 600 teachers every year, and then they are leaving us, and we trust that they are doing good job. Our principals, they are trusted. We don't have any inspectors in our system. We used to have inspectors 40 years ago, but nobody liked inspectors. They were quite stressful people. And then our ministry decided that if you don't like them, let's kick them out. And since that, our teachers, they have been happy. Perhaps you know Finland is the happiest country in the world, and that might be one reason for that. Still, I say that if you have inspectors, they can be very good people if they are supportive for your school and principals and teachers. So no problem on that. Yeah, but that was my message. Trust on your teachers, trust on your principals, trust on your students, trust on your parents. It was nice to meet you. I'm looking forward to meet you again, perhaps in Finland. Have a nice day.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih, puli.
Good afternoon, everybody. Best greetings from Finland. My name is Dr. Raimo, and I'm very pleased to meet you all online. We are a group with your fellow citizens here from Malaysia. My main message to you concerns collaboration. To put it short, together we are strong, united we stand. And in the school context, this is in practice becoming a reality when we help and support one another. It can be also called mentoring, tutoring, or whatever concept you would like to use. But the main idea here is that you don't walk alone, that we all are in the same boat together, and how to do it effectively is something that we from the University of Oulu are happy to be part of by supporting training for people who would like to act as mentors. I wish you a good day. Best greetings from Oulu, Finland, with already 5 degrees of Celsius on June 2nd. So your countrymen here are experiencing a different kind of weather. Good to see you and have a nice weekend.
Thank you, Dr. Raimo. Yes, Dr. Riku. Dr. Riku is a school principal, and he will share 1-2 thoughts, right?
Yes, okay. So good afternoon also on my behalf. I'm Dr. Riku, and I'm going to continue from what Kari and Raimo said. So Kari was talking about trust, and what follows from trust that I also value a lot in Finnish education is the freedom that we give to teachers and the autonomy that we trust them to do their jobs in a good way, and also between teachers and students. So we want students to be independent and autonomous and strong, and so we trust them to do a good job. And to be independent and autonomous as a teacher doesn't mean that you have to do everything alone. So like Raimo said, collaboration is also a key. But from trust, it follows that we give freedom and autonomy for teachers and students, and also for principals. So that's my thought.
Thank you, Dr. Riku.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have Principal Pengetua Cemerlang, Mr. Jagde will share, and he'll speak both in Bahasa and in English, right?
Hello, good morning. Di Finland ni sekarang masih pagi ya, dan masih sangat sejuk. The weather here is very cold. We promise a summer, tapi summer dia ialah bawah 5 darjah Celsius. Pagi tadi 4 darjah Celsius. Apa khabar semua rakan-rakan pendidik di Malaysia? Perkara yang saya ingin kongsikan di sini, what I have learned, I think I would like to share here is the students, murid-murid ya, diberikan banyak masa rehat. Misalnya dalam pelajaran sehari in one day lessons, they have 4 breaks. Bermula dengan selepas mereka masuk awal pagi, contohnya mereka bermula agak lewat ya, bukan seawal kita. Dalam 8.30 mereka mulakan kelas mereka. Ya. After 1 hour, dia ada break selama 10 minit. Ya, di mana murid boleh keluar dan bermain. Ya. Bermain bola sepak ke, berlari ke, panjat pokok ke, main kejar-kejar. They got 10 minutes of break. And then they come back to the class and continue the next lesson. And this is followed by 35 minutes of lunch break, long lunch break. Di mana guru-guru kelas, the teachers will follow the students to the canteen. Right? I think Dato Mehander dah sebut tadi, makanan di sini semuanya percuma. Ya, semua disediakan oleh kerajaan, dibayar. Ya, jadi untuk guru-guru juga percuma. Jadi mereka duduk dan makan bersama dengan anak murid selama 35 minit. I think it's a very long break, enough for the students. Ya, kalau di Malaysia murid-murid kita berebut-rebut ya, mengejar masa, tak cukup masa. And this is followed by another 2 kali lagi break ya, sambung dengan pelajaran, 15 minutes break, and then continue with more lessons, and another 15 minute breaks, and they dismiss. So this is something very unique. I think the students here are very happy. No wonder they are rated for the 6th year in a row, the happiest country in the world. Right? I think that's my take from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jagdir. And please bear with us. Hari ini adalah edisi yang khas untuk CDL Snippets ni, edisi khas. Dan sekarang kita dengan penolong kanan Puan Mazira daripada SMK
Putrajaya Presence 92. Putrajaya. Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. I think over there. Here still morning. Okay, I'm Puan Mazira binti Muhammad Zain from SMK Putrajaya Presence 92. Okay, banyak best practices yang we gained lots of knowledge here, yang mana very good to apply in our organizations in Malaysia. One of them I will focusing on leadership skill. Yang pertama, leadership yang kita perlu lihat adalah bukan sahaja menjadi seorang pengetua itu adalah leadership. Bermula daripada pengetua, dia turun kepada penolong-penolong kanan, itu yang dikira SLT, MLT, juga ketua-ketua panitia, juga ketua-ketua unit, juga kepada guru-guru. Yang mana kita lihat enhancement yang telah diletakkan sebagai leadership skills ini very ideal, very strategic, very excellent and amazing. Yang mana berfokuskan leadership itu merupakan bukan sahaja pengetua yang perlu ideal, yang perlu digarapkan di dalam kita punya negara Malaysia. Ia bermula daripada pengetua, diturunkan empowerment itu kepada penolong-penolong kanan, juga seterusnya. Dan bermula step in the school, you must smile. Yeah, smile. Smile Colgate, smile Dali and everything. Yeah, like we did before this and now. Kan? Okay, so leadership itu merangkumi from your heart. Okay, win the heart. Okay, dan kita tahu you pun selalu smile kan memulakan satu-satu perkara. Begitu juga dengan di Finland. Mereka sentiasa smile, okay, senyum. Kerana senyum itu membawa satu keindahan, satu happiness. Okay, dan di sini leadership itu mesti ada master, ya. Semua cikgu mesti ada master. Apatah lagi sebagai pengetua, mesti ada PhD. Dan kita really encourage all the teachers to pursue the study. Kerana di dalam leadership itu, sebagai pengetua atau sebagai guru, semuanya membawa keterampilan sebagai pemimpin. Okey, pemimpin itu mesti positif. Yang mana diilhamkan di Finland ini, positive leadership mesti di-enhancekan dalam education. Itulah education berkecemerlangan. Bermula dari early of the stage. Okey, kalau guru masam, senyum, stres sahaja, anak-anak juga stres. So mereka bermula pada situlah senyum. Jadi kita inginkan guru-guru, semua guru, tak kira dalam apa situasi pun di Malaysia, senyum merupakan satu keindahan. Bermula hari ini kita mulakan senyum. Dan kedua adalah begitu juga dengan manajemen strength, ya. Strength. Kita mesti sentiasa kuat dan berkeyakinan bila kita mentadbir ataupun manage our PDPC. Okay, saya rasa itu sahaja. Thank you very much. Love from Finland. Congratulations. Okay, everyone.
Thank you. All. We have next Puan Shirin, yeah, and she will share very quickly.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat tengah hari. Saya Puan Shirin daripada SMK Setia Alam, pengetua SMK Setia Alam. Right, apa yang saya nak berkongsi di sini, kita bercakap banyak mengenai student, ya, dan leaders. So kita lihat di Finland ni dia banyak support system lah, the well-being of not just students tetapi guru-guru juga, termasuklah pengetuanya sekali. Ya, support system ni sangat-sangat penting di sini. Right, kita lihat di sini juga ada maternity leave macam juga di Malaysia, tetapi kita di Malaysia paid leave untuk selama 3 bulan kan, tetapi di sini dia maternity leave dan juga paternity leave dapat allowance saja, tetapi sehingga 9 bulan. So basically teachers they feel very supported lah. And they boleh make sure that their own children pun taken care of. Jadi itu yang perlu mungkin kita lihat semula, support system lah di Malaysia tu. I think that's all lah, sebab ramai lagi nak bercakap di sini. Okay, so terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Cikgu Shirin. Lagi 4 orang just. Very quickly, Dr. Hailey. Dr. Hailey, pengetua baru berapa minggu saja jadi pengetua,
Right.
sudah sampai ke Finland.
Right. Assalamualaikum, good morning, salam sejahtera. Okey, apa yang saya dapati daripada lawatan kami di Finland, tadi trust telah disebut and also well-being. It's very big in Finland here. Dan kita di Malaysia ni, we are on the right track. We have similar things with Finland. We also have free food for the students. We also have free education. I think one unique thing that we don't have is free transport for the students. But here in Finland, the students, they don't go to schools that are very far from their home. So that's one thing we have to look in our country lah, free transport. So sebenarnya ada banyak lagi perkara. There are a lot of things that we can share and learn from Finland. But I think I will save that for the next Friday session. Thank you everyone. And as they say in Finland, kiitos. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Hailey. And now we have Cikgu Su, pengetua. Let her introduce herself.
Assalamualaikum, salam Malaysia Madani dari Finland. Saya Suhafna binti Rahman, pengetua SMKP Sri Aman, Petaling Jaya. Banyak perkara yang kami belajar di Finland dan saya ingin yang menyentuh hati saya adalah tentang pre-primary education di Finland, ya. Mereka mula awal daripada umur 6 tahun. Selama setahun di sekolah mereka tidak murid-murid ini sebenarnya tidak diterapkan sangat tentang kemahiran membaca, mengira. Mereka lebih diterapkan tentang values, ya, tentang values seperti yang Datuk telah maklumkan, kata-kata hikmah, is easier to build strong children than to fix broken adults. Sama juga di Malaysia, jika kita ingin melentur buluh, biarlah dari rebungnya. So di Finland, kanak-kanak ini dari kecil telah diterapkan perasaan suka dan seronok untuk datang ke sekolah, untuk belajar, kerana mereka belajar melalui mereka bermain, dan tidak diterapkan sangat membaca dan menulis. Mereka percaya murid-murid ini along the way mereka akan pick up skill membaca dan menulis mengikut kapasiti masing-masing. Saya rasa itu sahaja dari saya. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Cikgu Su, dan kita ke Encik Isha. Mereka menghadiri program sebulan di sini. Ini minggu ketiga mereka di sini. Encik Isha adalah, bagi dia perkenalkan dengan ringkas dan terus masuk ke apa yang dia nak kongsikan bersama kita.
Okey, Assalamualaikum. Selamat petang Malaysia. Okey, saya Muhammad Ishaq Ismail, merupakan peserta bagi program Education Fellowship di bawah Khazanah dan Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia. So, apa yang saya ingin kongsikan bersama dengan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan berkaitan dengan teknologi. Salah satu mungkin benda yang agak barulah di Malaysia kan, berkaitan dengan wujudnya di Finland ni ada satu fabrication laboratory, Fab Lab. Okey, Fab Lab ni dia merupakan satu makmal yang diguna secara luas di Finland ni untuk dalam apa orang kata, untuk empower people punya ideas into reality. And most of the thing inside the laboratory is more to 3D printing, laser cutting and electronic, di mana budak darjah 1 sekolah pun boleh buat apa design yang mereka nak buat lah. So ini bagi saya sangat penting lah dalam kita in order to foster a deep understanding of STEM. Kita kat Malaysia ada STEM. So this kind of facilities, it help a lot and support the implementation of STEM in our country. So I think that's all that yang saya nak kongsi lah, something new that I get from learn from Finland. Okay, thank you.
Okay, terima kasih Mr. Ishaq. Okay, yang terakhir daripada Puan Izzati. Okay, she will introduce herself and very quickly share her thoughts.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi, I'm Izzati. As an Assistant Director from Teacher Professionalism Division, Malaysia Ministry of Education, KPM, dan saya juga merupakan salah seorang daripada peserta yang telah dibiayai oleh Khazanah ACCE untuk Khazanah ACCE Education Fellowship untuk melengkapkan diploma program in Education Leadership and Management. Okay, just a short brief. Okay, so bagi saya ingin berkongsi berkaitan dengan guru ataupun teacher, memandangkan saya juga adalah di bawah BPG KPM. Okay, so izinkan saya untuk menerangkan dalam bahasa Inggeris. Okay, while teachers have some freedom to choose their teaching styles, the Finnish education system does emphasize certain principles such as equity, student well-being, and active learning. So regardless of individual teaching styles, Finnish teachers aim to create a supportive and engaging learning environment together with their co-teacher that promotes student growth and success. So dekat sini mereka telah mengamalkan co-teaching, maknanya guru bersama-sama guru yang lain bersama-sama untuk menjayakan PDP. Okay, like what Dr. Remo shared just now, together or united we stand, together we rise. So it's also worth mentioning that the Finnish education system encourage teacher to do continuous improvement ataupun kita kenali sebagai CPD and also in which area they are lacking. So teachers are encouraged to evaluate their teaching practices and then seek feedback from students and also the colleagues and adjust their methods accordingly to enhance the student learning outcomes. So overall, I can say that the variation in teaching styles in Finland reflects the diverse perspectives and strengths of individual teachers, as well as the commitment to like tailoring education to meet the unique needs of students. So kita boleh kata more qualified teachers are actually needed in order to achieve our KPI in our education system. Not only in Finland, actually in Malaysia as well, we need to strategize and find solutions on how to make the teaching profession a career of interest. Itu saja dari saya. Terima kasih. Salam dari Finland. Bye.
Well done.
Thank you, Puan Izzati, and semua rakan yang ada dalam sesi dekat 200, there are 280 people in Malaysia listening to us in the last couple of minutes. So sesi hari ini panjang sedikit, tetapi saya rasa sedikit daripada semua orang telah memberi satu gambaran kepada semua yang mendengar hari ini. Sememangnya kita tahu bahawa pendidikan di setiap negara mempunyai acuannya tersendiri. Bagi kita, kita mencari apakah yang the hidden, the tacit aspect of education di Finland and how it enhances learning. So that's what we are looking for. Ada juga banyak benda baik yang berlaku di Malaysia. And many good things happening in Malaysia as well. But today, kita mencari apakah that formula yang boleh memberi kecemerlangan kepada pendidikan yang sudah ada di Malaysia. Dan sememangnya cikgu-cikgu kita equally sama hebat dengan cikgu-cikgu di Finland. Kita ada ekosistem yang berbeza, tapi bagaimana kita nak cari persamaan dengan ekosistem yang ada di Finland dengan ekosistem kita, bagaimana kita boleh memangkinkan lagi pendidikan. Dan apa yang kita kongsikan hari ini adalah hanya the tip of the iceberg. Sememangnya banyak lagi dan kita akan cari satu persada yang lain di mana kita akan kongsikan. Dan semua yang mendengar hari ini, kalau anda berminat, kita boleh rangka satu program pada tahun 2024, 2024. If you wish to embark on a program to come to Finland, and we shall arrange so that you can equally get that experience, right? And I believe and I trust it will be a wonderful experience for all of you. Pendidikan tidak boleh ditempurungkan. Kita kena keluar daripada tempurung itu. Itu saja daripada saya. Remember, if a child can't learn the way we teach, maybe we should teach the way they learn. Books are the training weights of the mind. Itu kata-kata hikmah daripada saya. Thinking is reading. Right? Thank you.
Kita sekalian, Doktor, dan juga rakan yang berada di Finland. Terima kasih kepada rakan dan juga rakan Dato yang berada di Finland untuk pengetahuan Dato. Di Malaysia sangat panas. Dan terima kasih sekali lagi kerana sudi berkongsi pengalaman mereka mengenai Finnish education. Jadi sepanjang perkongsian itu tadi ada beberapa perkara yang menarik perhatian saya, yaitu yang pertama trust, kedua collaboration, ketiga freedoms and autonomy, dan yang juga keempat longer break. Wah, bestnya lebih ada time break setiap masa mengajar. Dan juga saya juga sebagai seorang guru, saya sangat tertarik dengan perkataan trust, di mana sekiranya kita guru memberikan kepercayaan sepenuhnya kepada pelajar kita, kita mungkin akan terkejut melihat bahawa pelajar kita ada kebolehan yang boleh mereka tonjolkan. Jadi sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada perkongsian pendek itu tadi. Semoga perkongsian tentang Finnish education itu tadi dapat membantu kita agar terus mengorak langkah mencari ilmu untuk menjadi pendidik yang lebih berinovasi, berwawasan, dan berilmu bagi murid-murid kita. Terima kasih sekali lagi diucapkan kepada Dato Dr. Mehander dan juga rakan atas perkongsian tadi. Tanpa membuang masa, kita teruskan sesi pada hari ini. Selamat petang dan salam sejahtera, salam Malaysia Madani, salam Sabah Maju Jaya, salam Sabah hebat dan juga salam Day to Change dari PPD Kota Kinabalu. Kepada yang berbahagia, Dato Dr. Amin Senin, pengasas CDL, penceramah jemputan kita yang baru tadi bercakap, Dato Dr. Mehander Singh dan juga rakan, kepada Puan LC Giluk, Koordinator CDL, Cikgu Mita Tabang Sabah Chapter, para pengetua dan para guru besar, para pendidik dan guru-guru di seluruh Sabah, khasnya yang sudi berada bersama kita dari seluruh pelosok Malaysia. Saya sekali lagi, Melany Jinih dari SMK Likas akan menjadi moderator anda pada hari ini. Selamat bertemu sekali lagi dalam sesi CDL Siri yang ke-32, Cikgu Mita Tabang, yang juga bermakna sesi Cikgu Bantu Cikgu. Mita Tabang adalah bahasa bagi salah satu suku kaum etnik di Sabah. Sesi CDL pada hari ini merupakan sesi perkongsian ilmu yang dijalankan secara bersiri menerusi Siri hands-on online session. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, para pendidik sekalian, bagi yang baru pertama kali mengikuti CDL session hari ini, objektif CDL hands-on ini adalah untuk berkongsi ilmu dan kemahiran, membangunkan kompetensi guru, meningkatkan keupayaan guru, dan juga membina jalinan dan jaringan yang berterusan di antara guru. Selain daripada itu, untuk kita menjadi peserta, peserta perlu mendaftar sebagai pelanggan ataupun ahli CDL, dan pendaftaran adalah percuma. Kita boleh layari www.connectingsdots.my. Juga peserta boleh mengikuti program melalui pautan Zoom yang tertera pada poster, dan juga sesi perkongsian berlangsung setiap hari Khamis, tidak lama, 1 jam 30 minit sahaja, iaitu dari jam 3 petang sehingga 4:30 petang. Dan perkongsian ini adalah secara hands-on, yang mana e-sijil akan disediakan menerusi pautan yang diberikan pada akhir sesi nanti. Jadi sebelum kita meneruskan mendengar sesi perkongsian, apa kata saya bacakan biodata pendek, biodata ringkas tentang pembentang kita pada hari ini, yaitu Cikgu Lilianna Tessensohn yang dari sekolah SK Pekan Putatan. Cikgu Lilianna ini seorang guru yang sangat bersemangat, seorang guru yang kuat, dan telah bertugas selama 13 tahun sebagai guru bahasa Inggris. Dan beliau merupakan seorang guru Cemerlang DG44 pada tahun 2014 sehingga tahun 2022, dan juga guru akademik DG48 dari tahun 2022 sehingga sekaranglah. Pada masa ini, Cikgu Lilianna ini bertugas di SK Pekan Putatan. Beliau pernah bertugas di SK Matunggung Kudat. Mungkin ramai daripada guru-guru daripada Kudat mengenali Cikgu Lilianna ini. Dan saya bacakan sedikit tentang pencapaian akademik Cikgu Lilianna. Sedikit sajalah. Cikgu Lilianna ini mempunyai lulusan daripada Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia dalam communication, dalam communication, dan meneruskan pengajian dalam KPLI, iaitu Teaching Diploma dalam English Study pada tahun 2005 di Gaya Teaching College. Jadi antara pencapaian Cikgu Lilianna, tapi saya baca sikit sahaja sebab macam banyak betul ini. Jadi antara pencapaian Cikgu Lilianna adalah presenter of action research using SAW technique to improve 15 remedial Pupils writing ability, iaitu Pembentang Kajian Tindakan pada tahun 2016 di Penampang Sabah. Kemudian pada September 2018, beliau juga merupakan seorang presenter of action research using story outlining to improve 15 near-miss pupils ability to write composition, dan juga Pembentang Kajian Tindakan pada tahun 2018 di Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. Kemudian pada tahun 2021 Oktober, iaitu beliau telah mendapat pingat gangsa dalam labuan akrevasi. Okey, minta maaf kalau salah. Labuan akrevasi 21 peringkat kebangsaan, iaitu dengan tajuk pembentangan Using Story Outlining to Improve 15 Near-Miss Pupils Ability to Write Composition. Dan juga pada tahun 2021 Jun hingga Oktober, beliau juga telah mengikuti vocab race. Minta maaf kalau salah. KIK Horizon Baru ataupun INKIKP Carnival Inovasi dan Penyelidikan Peringkat Zon Barat, anugerah khas juri dan pingat perak. Mendapat pingat perak. Boleh tahan Cikgu Lilianna ini. Dan juga kemudian mendapat anugerah inovasi JPNS pada tahun 2021, iaitu juga anugerah Gangsa dan juga anugerah inovasi sektor awam Sabah pada tahun 2021. Jadi antara pengalaman Cikgu Lilianna selain daripada menjadi guru di SK Putatan, beliau juga merupakan seorang master trainer dalam Safer Master Trainer, yang mana dia adalah Master Trainer for Primary School Cascading dan juga merupakan jurulatih utama e-compact dan juga sebagai Master Trainer for BBD Primary School. Ini adalah serba sedikit pengalaman Cikgu Lilianna. Jadi sebelum kita memulakan sesi CDL online session Sabah pada siri ke-23 ini, ke-32, minta maaf, ke-32 pada hari ini, suka saya ingatkan kepada rakan guru yang mempunyai kemuskilan sepanjang perkongsian ini, cikgu-cikgu boleh tekan button dalam Zoom itu, raise up your hand ataupun tulis dalam chat. Jadi bila tulis dalam chat, kita akan baca pada akhir nanti mengenai kemuskilan cikgu, ataupun mungkin cikgu boleh terus sahaja bertanya kemuskilan cikgu pada bila-bila masa. Of course Cikgu Lilianna akan sentiasa dapat menjawab dan juga tanpa membuang masa. Banyak sudah saya bercakap ini, tanpa membuang masa saya persilakan Cikgu Lilianna Tessensohn yang akan membuat perkongsian yang bertajuk Using Story Outlining to Improve 15 Nearmiss Cemerlang People's Ability to Write Composition. Jadi, tanpa membuang masa, dipersilakan Cikgu Lilianna.
To those who know me, hi, and to those who are here, hello and welcome everybody to my presentation. Today, I would like to present to you my excellent research, SOW, which is Using Story Outlining to Improve 15 Nearmiss Cemerlang Pupils' Ability to Write Composition. I use this writing technique to help my students excel in their writing. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Lilianna, and I have been teaching English for 17 years. My first school is SK Matunggung Kudat, and currently I'm at my second school, SK Putatan, since 2014. Okay, as an English teacher, we always have these problems. Boleh nampak makan slide? Can see the slide, right? Okay, we always face this problem. Our student tends, when they do writing, they tend to use English. They tend to write in Bahasa Melayu, then translate them to English. So normally it's normal for the kids, the students, to use BM to English. And this is also because they have lack of planning in English. So because I have been teaching year 6 for a very long time, and teaching writing is very essential for the students before lah. Right now kurang sikit lah kan for year 6, but before it's very essential because they need to sit for UPSR. But at the moment we don't have UPSR anymore, but we can still use this technique when we teach writing to our students, especially narrative writing when they write stories. So the environment of my students in SK Pembentang, they are mixed ability students in classroom where we have many issues and challenges. And then one of the issues that we have is the limited time to speed up their writing abilities, especially when they are in year 6. Last time lah, now kurang sikit lah kan. So last time we need to expose them to writing as fast as possible because they need to sit for UPSR exam. So now we can apply this technique can be applied from as young as year 4, but subject to pupils must be exposed to the subject-verb agreement and writing sentences in previous class lah. Before they go to this writing technique, they must be able to write simple sentences, simple and compound sentences. We also need to increase the problem that we have in classroom. We need to increase the pupils' performance for classroom assessment. In this research, I focus the student that I focus on is level 2 students, which is year 6 students in class. They are actually good students, and this research was done in 2021. So they are actually good students, but they lack ability to write properly. So their ability in writing, they can write sentences, but the ability to write is not that very clear. So what happened is I want to improve their score in writing section C because I based this on UPSR paper before, but right now it's different already. But so we can say we want to increase the pupil score when they write narrative writing, and I want to improve their writing composition ability to write composition properly, because the composition that I receive from my students are sometimes jumbled up. It's a bit here and there, and sometimes there's a lot of redundancy. So when I identify the problems that I have is they are in mixed ability. My classroom in SK Pembentang, our students are not apa namanya itu, what do you say, tidak kena susun ba. So in my classroom we have students that is very weak and very smart together. So sometimes we tend to focus on the weak student, but we forgot about the good student. So the good students are being stagnant there, and the weaker students, we always focus on weak students, but we forgot about these good students that they have learn independently, but they need guidance as well. So because of lack of writing ability, they cannot achieve better PPD result. So how do I hide this? And then when I read their composition, it's not organized properly. Sometimes it's redundant, and sometimes it's jumbled up. Sometimes there's a lot of repetition when they write. So this is the problem that I have in my classroom in Alamanda class, where the students are smart but unable to give me a very good composition. So my students, I have 38 students in my classroom, so I focus on 15 of them, where these 15 students are good students, yet they are not achieving what I want them to achieve in composition writing. The objective of my research is to establish the effectiveness of using story outlining technique to improve pupils' writing, and then to give them more confidence in writing composition. to increase the sample, the students' the sample ability to write composition based on the composite is given. And then to increase the sample to write story outline and in planning their writing. Ladies and gentlemen, the SWOT technique is used to improve writing skills for my pupil from satisfactory level to and good level to excellent level. So I want them from just so-so to be a better one because they can write, but they cannot plan. So the product is actually more onto helping them to write better planning. Okay, I did this SWOT technique related using the I-Think map flow. I just use simple I-Think map. And then prior to SWOT techniques, the students, the pupils, have already been exposed to subject verb agreement sentences writing technique. You know, the box that we normally use to do the SWOT technique to write. So this is the I-Think table that I use. And the duration was for 4 months, in January to April 2021. This is the time masa ni masih COVID lagi. So the students that are present in class is not that many. So 4 topics in year 6, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, and unit 5. This is the previous syllabus, not now. Now they are using the CFR syllabus. So in each lesson, there's 60 minutes. And then I had a diagnostic test with the students, the pupils, before I implement them. And then after that, I took the test, the post-test result as my benchmark for the accessibility of the SWOT technique. And after that, I do the marking, and also I write the action research. So these are the sample of the pre-test and the post-test. The pre-test, my student gets 6 marks, and in post-test, the same student will give me a better marks, 20 marks. And you can see here, pre-test sample only 7 marks, and in post-test, the student gets 12 marks. So in the first lesson, I demonstrate them how to use the SWOT technique, how to plan for writing. It's actually writing planning. So in book, the first lesson, I prepared the plot, the outline of the story based on the picture. And then in every box, there have to be a verb so that they know where to put the sentences. So in the first lesson, I give them a sample of how to use the SWOT technique to write. And then this is a picture that I gave. And then after that, I show them the story plot. And then the student have to write, the student have to write their sentences in the SVO box. After they have written the SVO box, they have to write their essay, their composition. And then after that, in the second lesson, I get the student in lesson number 2, I get the student to plan the outline. And after eliciting with them, after the input of the students, they have to write down the box on the whiteboard, on the board together, the whole class, in the whole class, to write the story or the story. And then after that, during the third lesson, I get them to think and write their outline on their own, to do the outline on their own. So they do and try the outline on their own. After that, they have to write their essay, and also as a group their essay, and also the sentences in the SVO box on their own in a group, as group work. So this is the 4th lesson. The student will have to do it independently. So the question will be given to them, and then they have to create the box independently and write their composition independently without any help. So I aim to do this as first, teacher guide them. Second, we do that as a class work, the whole class. And then thirdly, I do with them as group work. And finally, in the fourth lesson, they do it independently. This take about 4 months because 4 units, because in last time punya syllabus kan, every 4 days we have one writing lesson. So this only happened during writing lesson. The impact that I had got from it is quite good actually, because from the pre-test to the post-test, I can see that my students, my pupils has increased their marks relatively, and they got better in their planning for writing, and their writing got more organized, and marks were better. The marks were given were better. So total student 15, all of them have increased tremendously, and some has already go to high excellent and low excellent lah. They are in the excellent level of writing and organizing their composition. The rubric that I use for this test, this pre and post test, are the previous UPSR marking test. Yeah, it's not. I feel weird but talking alone. Nobody in front of me. Sorry. Yeah. And then yeah, I feel very weird right now. It's okay. I feel like. Okay, the rubrics for question C consists of 5 bands that I have put there. That the pre-test from the students, the impact that I can see, the targeted student and pre and post implementation shows a very vast increase, and shows that the people have upgraded their quality of writing from satisfactory level to good to an excellent level. Even though there are still, you can see there are 2 students who are still in satisfactory level, but actually they have also increased their marks, but it's closer to the good band lah. So I can say that from here that the pupils have gained more confidence in writing composition. They are more motivated in writing composition. They have obtained better marks in their test paper, and then their compositions are more meaningful and more accurate because the organization of the story are better. So it's more meaningful, and they plan their composition before writing every time during writing lesson. So every time during writing lesson, I emphasize on planning before writing. Planning before writing, and especially for narrative writing or for story writing. For the school, this one has helped my teachers because I also exposed it to my other teachers. Help my English language teachers to realize that we can use group work also to do writing activities. And then to carry out interesting activities during lesson, because it is more interesting when they have group work, and it is more fun when they try to do the planning, right? When they plan to write the story plot, the story outlining, when it's quite fun for them lah. And then it's benefit other English language teacher by giving them ideas on how to scaffold writing. So I think my activity is scaffolding from easy to harder, because from something that we demonstrate, and then we do it the whole class with guided, and then after that they do it as a group where they can help the weaker students, and finally independently. So it's step by step into getting better. And for the community, the society, I think parents are delighted to see their improve their writing skill. As a whole, the fluency and accuracy of English language will definitely be improved, and they will have better understanding of English, and parents should be very happy. Okay, reflection on this. The limitation that I have for during conducting this research. One is to maintain the flow of research, because other programs are happening in school, disrupting the teaching and will disrupt our teaching and learning activities such as word training, motivational program, and then there's Hari Sukan, there's other program, a lot of programs at school where which is a lot of problems when we want to do research at school, because sometimes what we plan, the student, especially because my focus is the A student, right? The A students sometimes are being called out for training, for agama training, for tilawah training, for storytelling training. So these A students are normally involved in a lot of activities. So sometimes they are not in class during lessons. So this also is a disruption to the program. Other than that, teacher also have other responsibilities that cause our schedule to be very tight. So due to it, it's almost impossible for me to complete the research with all the 15 students in the classroom during the lesson. And then other limitation that I face, pupil lacks of participation during lesson, especially because it's a whole class activity, even though I only focus on the 15 students, but the rest of the other students are also in the teaching and learning environment, the same environment. So sometimes the weaker one does not really participate in the lesson. So sometimes I just have to give them other tasks. And yeah, for during the time of the program, the research, I can say that I might have neglected a little bit on them, but then I just give them a different worksheet to do. And then the tendency to jump straight into writing. The kids have a tendency to straight away go into writing because they want to think they want to do some planning. So they have a tendency to do that, especially because of laziness. So when they see the picture, they start writing in their brain, in their mind, start working in Bahasa Melayu, of course. So when their brain start working in Bahasa Melayu, they start to write without any planning. So that's the reason where they cannot manage to get good result lah. So throughout the research, I didn't manage to get all the students to improve to the excellent level. Several factors that have been contributed to this is the participation of the student. They are not very keen, and also they are actively involved in other activities. And then when we do group work, we also know that some students are inactive member of group member. So they will be the sleeping partner in the group. So then this show that some people have tendency to rebel, and then they continue straight away writing lah. They continue to straight away go into writing. They don't want to plan the So I have to tell them the importance of planning, and also to improve the pre-writing activity by doing story outlining. So using the SAW technique has shown that I can assist the student. The student can be assisted, and we can motivate them to write more and with more accurate grammar, and help them to give me a better composition. Apart from that, this research is also expected to help the English language teacher to realize that they can, I'm repeating what I said just now, they can use group work to do teaching and to carry out interesting activity. Hopefully this action research can benefit other teachers. And then in the long run, they can do better composition, and it's easier to mark a composition that is well planned, and it assists and motivates students. In the long run, it will be very effective, and immediately when they receive the pictures or they receive the guidance, when they want to do composition card, they can see, they can visualize the structure of the composition. They can they can see the outline of the composition. Even if they do not write it down, they do not do the box, the tiny little writing box, they can visualize the story flow and it will not be redundant. They can see it. So this can help assist people to motivate them to write better composition, to write, and also motivate them to write, because our kids don't like to write. The reason they don't like to write is because they lack of plan, the lack of planning. Laju pula saya bercakap ni kan, saya kena kasih tahu.
Okay juga Cikgu Lilian.
Okay. And then it helps students to visualize this is the slide for just now, and also help them to understand the method to improve their writing and to make the writing their composition more meaningful and accurate. Okay, so we are at the end, but I want you all to try. You can try out to do the story outlining. I need you all to just try out to do the writing box only to improve. So in each box, right, this is the story that I want you to do. So in each box, you just get a piece of paper and write a box like this. So there's 4 boxes, right, for each line. So because this is primary one, so I tend to tell them to write 3 paragraphs. So there are 4 boxes. So for each 4 box is for 1 paragraph. So I only get like 50 to 80 words of composition. So in every box, I tell them must have a verb. So and then in every box, the flow of the story must link to one another. So when they look at the picture and the words given, it's not necessary that the kids follow the words that are given, but they have to like find out a link of the story from the pictures and create a story outline to link from one box to another box, the story from what happened in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end. So it's 12 boxes, 4 boxes for each paragraph. So I need the teachers to try out and do this. I cannot get response by this time.
Cikgu, rasa-rasanya cikgu yang lain berusaha sudah. Kita kasih tinggal dulu. Boleh cakap Melayu benih cikgu kan?
Boleh.
Okay. Mungkin orang berusaha dulu juga akan buat ini cikgu yang ikut kita punya hari ini perkongsian. Mungkin cikgu boleh coba apa yang cikgu Lilianna punya itu tadi cikgu Lilianna punya SO apa tadi? Box itu?
SOW.
SOW box tadi itu.
So.
Ada 12. Jadi mungkin sementara kita menunggu cikgu-cikgu mungkin buat kan. Saya ada pertanyaan. Boleh kah itu Cikgu Lilian?
Boleh.
Dia bilang sini Cikgu Lilian ada cakapkan bila buat ini students kena kumpul, orang boleh buat dalam grup. So ada juga saya dengar Cikgu Liliana cakap ada pelajar yang murid dia macam sleeping members di dalam itu grup. So rasa-rasanya satu grup itu berapa yang paling ideal untuk buat ini?
4. Saya selalu buat 4. Kecuali kalau if let's say normally bila I do group work, it's not more than 4. I said 1 will be the writer, 1 will be the leader, 1 will be the discipline controller, and the other one will be the runner who comes to me to collect things from me. So biasa normally I have 4: leader, writer, discipline controller, and runner. Tapi if let's say I'm doing activities that requires performance, macam activity macam mau recite poem, diorang mau buat persembahan, I normally have 6 hingga 8 orang. But untuk kelas activity maksimum 4. Saya tidak pernah lebih dari 4. 3 boleh tapi tidak boleh lebih dari 4. Sebab if more than 4, dia jadi macam sleeping partner di sana, bukan lagi sleeping, gangguan partner sudah tu sana. Yang 2-3 orang lagi tu sana bermain-main, bergaduh-gaduh, bertumbuk-tumbuk.
Betul.
So memang not more than 4. Sebab I like the number 2 because I can control the noise and productivity in the classroom. Kalau saya lah, tapi mungkin orang lain lagi pendapat dia kan. Tapi kalau saya memang 4, tidak lebih dari 4. 3 boleh atau 4. But for activities yang requires presentation, more than 4 lah. Sebab lagi ramai di depan, lagi diorang berani menyanyi.
Satu lagi pasal kumpulan juga ini. Jadi kalau macam 4 satu macam aktiviti itu satu kumpulan ada 4 orang kan. Jadi macam mana kawalan kelas? Macam mana keadaan kelas itu? Adakah kelas itu bising kah walaupun Cikgu Lilianna cakap tadi ada disiplin? Tidak komplain dari cikgu lain ke itu?
Ni saya belum pernah kena komplain dari kelas sebelah. Saya pernah kena komplain masa saya pasang speaker untuk main tu lagu yang speaker itu lagu yang daripada buku audio daripada CFR punya buku, saya kena tegur lah untuk pakai speaker. Tapi group work tidak pernah lah, saya rasa tidak pernah kena ganggu kelas sebelah. Okey juga. So far setakat ni saya tidak pernah kena komplain. Memang ada bising sikit tapi it's productivity punya noise. It's good noise kalau bagi saya. Sebab diorang bising untuk bincang benda tu. Kalau dia bising bercerita pergi tamu minggu lepas, itu not productivity. But if doing the task punya noise is actually good noise kalau saya lah, bagi saya.
Okay. Thank you Cikgu. Tapi kita ada soalan Cikgu Lilianna daripada Cikgu Wan Akmal. Dia cakap, teacher, my class normally consists 42 students. Oh, ramainya.
Saya punya sekolah pun
42 students.
Now I'm teaching year 4. So I have one class with 40 students, the other one 39, the other one belum lagi sampai tempat saya sebab the teacher is going to move, so I don't know how many. So the one that I have now is 2 English class and I have 4 PSV punya class. Memang how do you handle them? I normally when they do group work kan, I normally move them and put them together. So in every group, in the excellent student group yang ada kumpulan yang ada satu budak yang memang sangat pandai tu, budak yang sangat lemah tu akan ada dalam kumpulan tu. And normally in each group it will be balanced boy and girl. Kalau ada terlampau ramai boy memang susah sikit mau kawal, tapi again kita cikgu kan, kita tahu juga macam mana kita mau tegur dia orang, jangan saja sampai naik tangan lah. But normally saya kasih campur tu boy and girl. Dan in each group memang ada budak pandai dan budak lemah memang ada di sana. And dalam setiap kumpulan tu memang ada satu voice controller. Dan voice controller ni yang disiplin lah. Voice controller ni dia bertukar-tukar every day. Every time I have group work. So I will say, okay, today who is the voice controller? Nobody wants to be the voice controller, so somebody will have to be the voice controller because when they have to stand up and to show me their face, the voice controller. So kalau kumpulan tu bising voice controller, saya akan panggil lah, saya marah dia lah. Jadi dia voice controller kan dia tidak mau kena marah. Jadi itu voice controller akan pastikan diorang tidak terlampau naughty bah. Tapi kalau they are making noise for the work, tidak apa bah. Tidak juga saya marah. Okey je, as long as the noise is with the work. Kalau dia noise cerita pasal pergi tamu, pergi mago, itu lain sudah tu noise tu. It's not about the task given. If the noise is on the task, no problem. Ada lagi soalan?
Belum lagi ada.
Yang CDL kehadirannya saya tidak pasti, okey?
Link kehadiran untuk para guru-guru ataupun para rakan lah. Link kehadiran kita akan kongsi pada hujung sesi perkongsian ini nanti. Sabar dulu. Belum lagi ada pertanyaan Cikgu Lilianna, tapi saya ada lagi pertanyaan satu. Sementara kita menunggu cikgu-cikgu lain kasih siap kita punya apa itu tadi itu box SAW? Kah apa itu tadi?
SAW. Oh,
ya.
Outline.
Outline, okay. Outline kan?
Story outline writing.
Okay, story outline writing, okay. Saya mau tanya, jadi kalau biasanya dalam kumpulan itu kan kita punya student, macam saya punya sekolah sendiri, satu kelas tuh dia mixed abilities, Pak. Jadi kalau mixed abilities kan weak student, kalau English kan dia tend to diam. Adakah bila buat macam grup ini pelajar yang weak itu juga involve ataupun dia malu-malu bercakap ataupun dia jadi voice controller saja, macam mana itu juga?
Begini selalu kalau saya. So this is writing class kan, so I more emphasis on writing. After they do the discussion in group work, I get them to write in the English long book. So jadi they have to transfer the information from the one that they discuss, the paper that I give them, to their long book. So when they transfer, they will see the sentence pattern and they will also learn how to do it. But in terms of macam yang tidak berapa lemah ni, dia lebih kepada mendengar, sometimes they become the writer, but ideas jarang daripada diorang lah. Kadang-kadang kalau macam saya pergi di kumpulan tu, saya akan provoke dia untuk bercakap. Yang weak student ni, I get them to give them idea in bahasa Melayu lah. Begitu sajalah, I get them, how do you, then when they idea in bahasa Melayu, so I ask the group members, so macam mana kita mau cakap dalam English? We say that. Begitu sajalah to get them involved. But we have to get them involved lah. Another thing, bila this is writing and the focus is more onto the good student to become excellent student kan, ini untuk murid yang pandai untuk jadi lebih better kan. So sometimes I just separate them to a different work task. Sebab basically the weak student saya belum lagi boleh write sentences pun dia orang tidak pas. So I give them a different worksheet to do writing sentence pattern. Ada juga macam this year kan, saya ada juga terima murid yang baru pertama kali masuk sekolah. Dulu pun yang 2021 ni saya ada satu murid yang baru sekolah. ABC pun tidak kenal. Jadi very hard. So what I do is I give worksheet, I give different worksheet, I give different work that help them with their level lah. Sebab macam lah ni kan, macam apa tu nama dia tu, differentiated learning atau apa tu. It's a different task for them lah. Sebab dia orang memang tidak dapat buat. So if we paksa pun, it's like useless. Sebab itu akan demotivate them more. Sebab dia orang langsung tidak faham dan langsung tidak boleh buat apa-apa kan. So rather than that, bagus lagi I give them different worksheet. Diorang buat dia orang punya worksheet, and after they finish their worksheet, they join back the group lah to do the activity, maybe copying of the answer, begitu saja. That's what I do lah, because truthfully to say, this one focus more on to help the good student to become more excellent lah. To help them in planning and to outline. Memang weak student belum boleh buat ni. Sebab weak student, dia belum ada sentence pattern, dia belum tak ada SVO. This one is more untuk murid yang boleh membaca, boleh menulis ayat mudah. More untuk planning to get the excellent marks, untuk get high marks in their composition. Itu je. Jawapan saya menjawab ke tu?
Menjawab cikgu. Thank you cikgu. Kita ada lebih kurang 7 minit lagi cikgu untuk sini. Saya jawab pertanyaan dulu dari Ashraf lah. Ashraf dia bilang nanti boleh kongsi rekaman sesi perkongsian ini tak? Saya ingin dengar balik. Boleh, akan dikongsi nanti. Jadi mungkin ada 6 minit lagi, mungkin cikgu Lilianna mau wrap up cikgu punya presentation. Dipersilakan cikgu untuk wrap up, untuk
macam stuck dia punya slide, tahu apa tu. Alright, so when you have finished this, I think the teachers have done it, right? So remember, in each box must have a verb, because the verb is the key point. Our kids normally cannot write kan. Banyak budak kita tidak dapat menulis because they don't know which verb to use. And then the other thing you must tell the student, it must link to one another. The story mesti bergerak daripada mula, middle, end. So the story must link with each other, and it must make sense lah. So no redundancy will happen. Sebab benda yang dia sudah cakap dia tidak akan ulang. Then after that, we get them to transfer the story from the outline to the table of the SVO table. So in my SVO table, there's time. Time ni more onto link the story lah. All right, and then finally, they write the composition, tulis composition in 3 paragraphs. I don't know why. Maybe because last time when I'm in school, my teacher always write. When I'm in primary school, my teacher always tell me to write in 3 paragraphs. So I always emphasize 3 paragraphs. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Cikgu Lilianna.
Apa yang cikgu-cikgu sudah buat?
Kepada cikgu-cikgu mungkin ada yang kita ada 5 minit lagi. Mungkin cikgu-cikgu yang sudah buat boleh kongsi apa yang cikgu buat supaya Cikgu Lilianna mungkin boleh komen apa yang cikgu-cikgu boleh yang cikgu-cikgu buat tadi itu. Kalau boleh cikgu-cikgu kongsi.
Actually, I presented this in Ikraversi Labuan in 2021. You can also watch the YouTube video that I have on this, but it's on Ikraversi. Wan cikgu saya tidak dapat sebut, saya pun susah sebut tu Ikraversi Labuan tu.
Betul, susah sebut. Oke, bagi yang mau tengok balik rakaman ini, because they cakap di sini, we would love to watch and listen again to the recording. Admin sudah share di sini rakaman dalam chat, bagaimana untuk dapatkan rakaman lah di YouTube. So if you have time, boleh klik di sana and then you can watch and listen again to rakaman. Cikgu-cikgu tiada yang mau share kah ini? Tiada mau share kah cikgu-cikgu punya kerja dengan Cikgu Lilianna? Oh, di belah sini Cikgu Lili. Dia cakap malu kali cikgu-cikgu yang lain.
Bismillah.
Oke, kita ada sedikit masa lagi. Link kehadiran kita akan share sekejap lagi, cikgu-cikgu tunggu sekejap lagi. Jadi demikianlah tadi perkongsian daripada Cikgu Lilianna. Tessensohn, terima kasih Cikgu Lilianna. Thank you very much.
Ya. Malu-malu saya ni.
Sikit
lagi saya nangis tadi.
Diam-diam tiada respon ke cikgu. Thank you very much. Very good teacher. Terima kasih atas perkongsian yang sangat bermanfaat tadi. Macam boleh mengajar Inggris sudah kita ini kali kan daripada Cikgu Lilianna punya cara writing begitu. Dan kami dari pihak CDL mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada Cikgu Lilianna atas sesi hands-on yang sungguh bermakna ini tadi. Jadi mohon kepada semua rakan guru yang untuk isi link kehadiran. Ada sudah link kehadiran, ada di sini Cikgu Lilianna ada kongsi video pembentangan susah sikit ni, ekreversi di dalam chat. Alamak, minta maaf saya susah mau sebut. Jadi kepada rakan guru ada perkongsian daripada pembentangan daripada Cikgu Lilianna dan juga pautan kehadiran juga telah dikongsi dan juga e-sijil akan dihantar melalui email. Jadi mohon rakan guru untuk isi maklum balas dan juga kehadiran melalui link, dan juga tuan-tuan dan puan-puan para rakan guru sekalian, untuk makluman sekali lagi ya, sesi perkongsian ini akan diadakan setiap hari Khamis dan pada pukul 3 sehingga pukul 4. Jadi untuk makluman awal para rakan guru, minggu depan kita ada sesi perkongsian Siri yang ke-33 yang mana di dalam sesi perkongsian ini kita akan mendapat perkongsian daripada Cikgu Muhammad Erwan bin Sidek dari SK Desa Subur Tawau, yang mana beliau akan berkongsi bagaimana green screen in classroom. Wah, menarik pula ini, green screen in classroom. Jadi mohon kepada rakan guru untuk meluangkan masa rakan guru untuk berkongsi, mendengar perkongsian ini, dan juga makluman melalui WhatsApp dan juga Telegram akan dikongsikan. Sekali lagi kepada rakan guru, jangan lupa isi link kehadiran rakan guru yang dikongsi dalam chat, dan juga dengan itu maka berakhirlah kita punya sesi CDL pada kali ini. Jadi untuk sebelum kita berakhir, sebelum kita bye-bye, apa kata rakan guru? Buka kita punya screen, buka kamera. Kita akan ambil gambar untuk kenang-kenangan sebagai bukti kehadiran bersama-sama. Dan senyum, Cikgu. Jadi saya mohon bantuan Hazwani untuk ambil gambar. Terima kasih.
Cikgu, boleh on-kan kamera. Saya start ambil gambar ya. Okay, ready, 1, 2, 3. Sekali lagi 1, 2, 3. Freestyle. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, thank you cikgu-cikgu yang meluangkan masa. Thank you very much. Thank you Lilianna. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Hopefully it's helpful to you all.
Helpful, very helpful.
Macam ramai yang saya nampak yang saya kenal ni, macam Tessensohn ni saya kenal ni.
Kenal, tapi orang malu-malu itu bagi respon. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you.